Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of GG. I have brought back Morgan once again, and today we're going to be talking about streaming culture. So it looks like over the past like 10 years, streaming has become like this astronomical thing. Like everybody's watching people, let's plays, all sorts of stuff. Like just, what do you think like really started it, and like what was like the catalyst for all this?
So I think the start of this was potentially so major gaming tournaments that were broadcasted on like ESPN back in the day.
Are you talking about what was it? League of Legends?
Yes, potentially League of Legends. I wasn't into the League of Legends culture.
Okay.
But
neither am I.
So when I was growing up, I played a lot of Quake and Doom with my older brother before he passed away.
First off, thank you.
So we would play a lot of Doom and Quake, and then when I was getting around 11, 12 years old, still stupid young, sand mouse, right? And I was like, who is Fatality? Because I wanted to go pro at Halo. And then I started looking him up, and he was a pro gamer with Super Smash Bros. On the N64. I think it was Super Smash at the time is what it was called.
Yeah, it was Super Smash Bros. It was Bros.
Yeah, so Super Smash Bros. On the N64, he went pro. He won $25,000 at like age 12. Yeah, age 12. And then what was it? 10 years later, on the GameCube, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and then he won like $100,000. And then it took off from there. There might be some discrepancies in his story that I'm not fully aware of, but I do know that he was a pro Halo gamer for a long time.
Yeah.
And then 2008, 2009, I would say a lot of this started to create capture cards. People wanted to get their skills to get sponsored.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. And then I think it started with Dota clones? Is that what League of Legends is?
I guess you could say that. Well,
yeah.
We could go with that.
So people were doing that and uploading their skills to YouTube, and it just created this larger culture that just started to consume, with esports in like Korea. It's a big thing. League of Legends is like, they go to stadiums, like you buy tickets to watch these people. So I think a lot of things led up to that, but as far as what specifically led up to it, it just is the culmination of the technology that we have available right now.
Okay. If you don't... Okay, so you say Korea. I would say that it actually started in Korea when StarCraft came out in 1998, because all the Koreans were literally wiping the floor with the Americans, anybody. And then they actually started like their own little like leagues, and it started to branch out from there, and then it became this thing today, which they still have, and Blizzard owns like a third of the internet because of that. It's like Google, Steam, Blizzard, that's really it, because they have Overwatch, like they stream like everything. And if you win I think it's a GSL, it's like Global StarCraft League, like you get thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous. So, what about any personal people that you know specifically, not like personally, but anybody do you watch or that has a lot of views or this and that?
So I wouldn't say like people that are actually streaming like hard, because to me, honestly, it's no offense to them, but I don't really want to promote or give them the numbers and the metrics. So there's a lot of people, like the top 4 and 5 people that I've known. There's like XX Sniper Wolf, there's a Ninja Shroud, TSM something, Tifo, and a couple other people, like Soda Poppin'. Yeah, and there's a few other like streamers like Jake Paul, and like I can't even think of like there's too many streamers out there today that are in it for the money and not for the love of the game. It's not the love of the game anymore. It's the love of the money, the love of the numbers.
Okay.
And to me, that is the most disgraceful thing you can do. Just like anybody that wants to say that they're into weightlifting and they're only in it for the ego and the clout. It's not the perfection of the body and the mind, like how it was for the Olympians and the Greeks,
I like that.
So it gets kind of really deep, like stoic, philosophical,
absolutely.
right?
Well, I mean, if you're a top X amount of however many people you play in, and you get paid. It's a job now.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, the streaming culture of watching people play has become like this cultural phenomenon. It's on, like I said, ESPN. Who would have thought that growing up, 10 years ago, you'd see this? It's pretty crazy. And you talk about like that guy Ninja. I know he's very famous. He's got like 12 million people who follow him and shit like that. It's crazy. It blows my mind because, the only time I know of anything like this is back in the arcade days. We'd all go down and you see this one guy who would just wreck everybody at like Street Fighter, and you just clap, gather around, and then the whole city knows about this guy, and you're like, oh man, it's crazy. But you still have to go to a tournament and see something. That was the only way to do it. But even when we had technology and the internet was starting to come up, nobody really watched it. So streaming culture to me has really taken off in the last 10 years, not just because it's cool and you get paid now, but because I guess it is cool now. It's part of the everyman. Everybody plays video games, and if you say you don't play video games, you're an absolute liar, because you have games on your phone. Everybody played Angry Birds. I'm not an idiot. Candy Crush Saga. Let's be real here. And because of that, our mindset and how video games have changed, and people like to watch. People let their kids play until they become so good they win thousands of dollars, which blows my mind because I was never going to be that good.
Exactly.
I had things to do, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's crazy to think because now, I'm living my adult life or whatever, whatever adulting is, and
sucks.
And I'm trying to still have that balance of, kind of don't let the inner kid die, always make time for that kind of, I wouldn't say silly stuff, but the video games, the comics, the movies, the music, the things that remind you of the inner peace that you had when you were a small child, right?
Yeah.
The things that bring you the comfort.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of that passion that I have today, stems from when I was like, ages, I would say 8 to 12, right before my brother died. Things got a little crazy afterwards, but before that, I was really trying my best to become good at one game, and I couldn't find that one game. But then, like in the summer of 2004 to 2005, so
Halo.
Exactly.
Halo, because that was what I did.
Halo.
And I was, dude, the Game Fuel and Halo got so much money and my time from me. I lost the world for a while.
Exactly. So it was like 2001. The Xbox One was the original Xbox One. The original Xbox had been released.
Yeah.
And I didn't get an original Xbox until 2004. So I was a little late to the party or late to the game, whatever. And then I got my older brother. It was his idea. We had Midway Austin's Area 51.
That was a fun
dude.
That was
game, right?
Very I guess not sought out. Not a lot of people I saw actually went for that. So
yeah, crazy, right? Super crazy. So we had Midway Austin's Area 51, Doom 3. We had Fantastic Four randomly. That was a trash ass game.
Yeah.
And then
it's like the movies. Just throw it in the trash.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man. You think you're Marvel products? You're not even close, bro.
It had more reboots than Spider-Man, I think.
Oh my god. Yeah, you should have seen it. Was it, I think, a Fantastic Four movie that never saw the light of day because some dude bought the personal rights to it.
Oh my god.
And then we had Halo 2. So out of that summer, I was playing Halo 2. Me and my older brother went through it on Legendary. Me and my little brother went through it on Legendary. And I was like, this is the best. So 3 years later, all right, fast forward a little bit. I'm like 12, summer of 2007, July, okay? So it's
you got the month down?
So it was like 110 degrees, right, this 1 month. And, thank God that my mom's van was working at the time. So I had been making phone calls after phone calls. And this is back in the day when MySpace was around, okay? When MySpace existed.
Back to the MySpace days.
Yes.
I love you, Tom.
Yes.
You remember Tom.
Bro, you need to come back. So I'm on MySpace and I'm looking for Halo competition every day for like 4 months. And here comes July. And then July, I find this website called The Gaming Nation. I give them a call. They sound super professional. And I'm like, yes, we have a Houston Regional Open, July 21st, something like that. I don't remember the exact date, but I do remember it was in July. So I schedule the day that I go to register.
Yeah.
So they were like, all right, we'll have you a slot open, and then they were like, yeah, just bring like $20, $20 or $25 cash to RSVP your slot. You know, you call them, but if you didn't call in advance, you couldn't, pay to get in.
Yeah.
So they had like this kind of chain of like authorization to get in, and so we go to Channelview, Texas, which is in like the shipyards of Houston.
So where you don't want to go.
I mean, yeah, you don't really want to be out there.
No, I don't want to be in Texas.
Oh
Nobody wants to be in Texas.
So we get there, and this is like, I would say, probably like 60 miles away from my house, and it took us about a good hour to get to Channelview. And we packed up the van. It was me, my little brother, my cousin, and my best friend Eugene, who was alive at the time still. So we all go there. We all registered, and it was the Houston Regional Open for Madden 07, Halo 2, Gears of War,
oh my God.
and I think like a hockey game as well. So it was very, very different.
Yeah.
So we registered for Halo 2 and Gears of War. So me and my team, at the time, my clan was GOH Gaming, Guardians of Hyrule. So it was like Guardians of Hyrule.
Hiya!
Where's the grass at? So as Guardians, whatever, we go up against a few teams, but the entire time we're knocking dudes out the bracket, and then we get to this one team called Team AFK, away from keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
For those that don't know.
If you don't know, then you shouldn't be here.
So they had jerseys, custom jerseys. They had headsets and like these nice cases and shit. They had their sponsors with them. They had like some weird sponsor, but I noticed they had people from Monster Energy with them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was like, we're fucked.
This is the point where we'll take the L. I'll put us in the losers bracket. I'm out.
Exactly. So at this time, I'm thinking like we really gotta get our game face on. I'm telling my little brother like, hey man, what guns are you comfortable with? This is what we're gonna do. We're forming up our plans, So we ended up getting disqualified out of the Halo brackets. So we ended up meeting this Team AFK back in the Gears of War brackets. And given at the time, prior to the enrollment of this Gaming Nation Houston Regional Tournament, I had been on the leaderboards tracking my metrics for Gears of War on Warzone, and I was like 200 to 150 on the weekly leaderboards worldwide.
Okay, wow.
So on Warzone, and this was absolutely insane. Favorite map was the one with the Raven in the middle of
Raven Down.
Yeah, Raven Down and Gridlock.
Gridlock classic, yeah. Classic.
So it was too easy, right? And then the mansion. So those three maps were the best for me, at least. I mean, I was pretty good all around. Obviously, my metrics were really good. I wish I had proof, but so we were doing real good. We get kicked out of Halo 2 tournament. Dude had a modified disc with double tap on the BRs on the disc, and we ended up finding out because they had capture cards hooked up to the.
So they were cheating.
Yeah, he was cheating. But by the end of the time, there was no way that we could verify until after they had started pulling footage, and then they were like slowing it down, and there's no way, you know what I mean? There's like, it's like 4 shots with a BR, you're dead.
Yeah.
And this dude was knocking people out in 2 shots, but I'm not going to stop the tournament, for this crap.
I would have.
So, hours later, we're in the middle of Gridlock Warzone, and this is like one of the final matches, and my little brother, he was like, I can't think, maybe like 6 or 7 years old, super young.
Yeah.
He was one of the youngest dudes at the tournament. He gets an interview, this, that, and the other, and lights go out. It's super dark, and everyone's huddled around us.
Oh yeah, man.
And you think that streaming was cool? No, man. Like
this is bringing people together right here.
The smell of like Doritos, Mountain Dew, sweaty fat dudes, and just like pent up sexual frustration. In one room, and everybody's just freaking out over these matches.
Well, yeah, man, they're hype.
It was a good time. So we're laying them down, and then the last round, me and my cousin, we try to go for the boom shot. All right,
Okay.
in those corners, and we ended up getting smoked. Like these dudes had us like down pack, and it was just on my best friend and my little brother. My best friend got the grenades. He took out 2 of the guys, so there was 2 left. And my little brother gets the sniper up on the ramp, and out of nowhere, man, he freaking pops one off, active reloads one shot, and then just does a backflip, and then just no scopes the dude, like no try, like. So one dude left, and then he's trying to reload, ends up jamming it, dude. And then the last thing you see is him just getting gibbed, easy 2-piece, fucking melee, boom. Match was over, and I'll never forget it because the stakes were $25,000.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so we were up against $25,000. My team came in second place. Everybody gave.
How much did you win? Is the question.
So we didn't win anything. Besides,
How do you not win? It's a split pot. Second, you should get something.
So it was a family-run.
Oh my
business.
God! This isn't for family. This is for winning.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
so
my
this
God.
family-run LLC for the Gaming Nation, they were giving us free admission to their next year's competition because they were going to hit a Dallas circuit.
Yeah.
And then they were going to Las Vegas, and then they were going to Anaheim.
Okay.
So they had started. They were from Houston, but they were from Corpus Christi.
Okay.
So they thought that they would do Channelview, which is like right their neighbor. you
Okay.
know? So they did that. We showed up. They gave us free T-shirts, free admission, and they actually paid for our food and stuff too.
That's
So,
nice, at least.
yeah, they were pretty cool because the family was really chill, but they were trying to not be as much of a sellout as the MLG circuits are.
Well, yeah, but
you
now
know?
it's not too bad though, because
Yeah.
because there's streaming culture and competitive games is such a big
Exactly.
thing. That
You got
you,
game
you,
battles.
you got places to go. It's almost like you can get drafted and go move around here, so you got choices. So
Yeah.
all right, I like that. That was a good story. Kind of a ramble, but it's okay. Thanks for watching another episode of GG. As always, thanks for watching.